The next question that we will deal with is type of enterprise beans. Now there are three main types: session bean, message driven bean, and the third one is entity bean. The session beans are further divided into three types: stateless session bean, stateful session beans, and singleton session beans. Now when types of beans is asked, it is important that you cover major points in each of these types and subtypes. So let us come to the session bean. Here if you see the explanation of session bean, only stateful and stateless is written, but in reality you have three types: stateless, stateful, and singleton. Now as the name suggests, the session bean, these beans are short-lived, they are less resource intensive, that is they need less resources as compared to the entity beans. As soon as the user terminates the session, these beans are also destroyed. Okay, so these beans, they are going to store the data for a particular user for a particular session. So they will not store any data in the persistent manner. If you want to work with persistent storage, you should use entity bean. Entity beans are the special type of beans that will represent your persistent data storage. Persistent means what? Even after you close the application, even after you close the system, the data will still be stored in the database. So the user data can be saved to the database via your entity beans, and then later on you can retrieve it from the database in the entity bean itself. So that is entity bean. The last type of bean is message driven bean. Now message driven beans, they are used with JMS, that is Java Messaging Service. So whenever you want to communicate with someone via asynchronous messages, you can use message driven bean. So what do message driven bean do is, they consume the JMS messages from external entities and they act on those messages. So in message driven bean, you will write the logic which will be executed depending upon what message you have received. So writing only this much is not sufficient. You have to add some more points. From where will you add the points? From the separate answers of the individual beans that we are going to see in the next video. So this was just a very short question, a very easy question. You don't have to prepare anything separate for this question as such. Whatever you are studying in different answers, you will write that in short in this particular answer. Thank you.